The Black Sacrament. These words are famous for striking an ocean of fear into the hearts of those who hear them, for there are few concepts as dark and disturbing as the nature of what these words mean. Referring to a series of acts utilized by only the most desperate of people, the Black Sacrament is a ritual used to invoke the assistance of a most unholy group. Today, I will guide you through the wickedness of the practice, educate you as to its history and usage throughout Tamriel, and introduce you to the family responsible for its origin and their unending commitment to it. To begin, it must be made clear that to perform the Black Sacrament is to seal the fate of the one chosen to a death which may send their soul to the void. The forces responsible for this are of the most base in nature, as death is a concept all too familiar and comfortable to those who will hear your message and carry out the deed. For the Black Sacrament is no simple ritual. It is your letter to an assassin, and a mark of death for the one you wish to be killed. As described in the book, A Kiss, Sweet Mother, the ritual is performed by creating an effigy of your intended victim. First, however, it is encouraged to pray.
You wish to summon the Dark Brotherhood. You wish to see someone dead. Pray, child. Pray, and let the Night Mother hear your plea.
You will require a heart, skull, bones, and flesh. Place the remains inside a circle of lit candles, and the ritual is almost complete. With the use of a dagger, its blade must be rubbed with the petals of the nightshade plant. Only then shall the ritual commence. One must stab at the effigy while reciting a chant.
Sweet mother, send your child unto me, for the sins of the unworthy must be baptized in blood and fear.
The book serves as a guide, and likely a set of instructions for those who wish to contact the Dark Brotherhood. Although the author of the book gives no hint of their identity, it is safe to speculate that they were likely a member of the Brotherhood. The Black Sacrament has been performed countless times throughout history. Some view it as a tool, others as a necessity, with purposes ranging from a political motivation to assassinate an emperor, to a betrayed lover who now seeks revenge. The Dark Brotherhood cares not who the target is, nor the reasons for the murder, although it is primarily used by those with less than admirable intentions. There is one known instance where it is possible the Black Sacrament has been used as a form of mercy killing to relieve a suffering man of his grief and sorrow. In the small village of Iverstead, under the towering mountain of the throat of the world, there lives a man named Narfi. When we first meet him, it becomes clear that something is bothering him.
I can't see you, Rada. I can't find you. Why are you hiding? Hide. Don't make me sad.
Are you okay?
Rada was here, then gone. Went to gather plants and never came home. Nope. Everyone looked and no one could find her. Wilhelm said she'll be back. Told Harvey not to worry. Rada will come back.
What's wrong with you?
With Father, I said goodbye. With Mother, I said goodbye. Rada leaves and Narfi can't say goodbye. Makes Narfi very, very sad. Narfi needs Rada to say goodbye.
After investigating, we inevitably find Rada's skeleton at the bottom of a nearby river. Regardless of how, or whether we chose to help Narfi, we later find out that someone performed the Black Sacrament and now wishes for his death. There exist many unsolved mysteries surrounding Narfi and the death of his sister, Rada. However, the one I find most interesting is the possible reason for Narfi's assassination. When we find Narfi, he is living in the ruins of his family's home, desperately struggling to survive as a beggar and hermit. He is unobtrusive in the town, and one cannot help but feel sorry for him. I believe that someone indeed saw and possibly shared in Narfi's sorrow, and called upon the only force they knew would end his suffering. Despite the questionable morality of it, the player is the one called upon to fulfill the contract, and we never discover the original intent behind its completion. Similarly to Narfi, but more in the vein of wicked motivation, is the story of Lurbuk's assassination. Lurbuk was an orc, a race known for the less than civilized society, one many compare to lesser creatures such as goblins. Popularly referred to as a beast race, most people, both men and mer, share little respect for the orcs. Although they are not favored, and are often looked down upon by others as barbarians, Lurbuk defies this concept, as when we find him, he is not part of any of the varying orc strongholds scattered across Tamriel, but is chosen, rather, to take up a life of singing and music. Lurbuk contrasts from his kin, choosing to wield neither a sword or axe, but rather an instrument of entertainment, the lute. He stayed in a small inn, and tried making a name for himself by performing for the local townspeople. Try as he might, Lurbuk was not very skilled at his unusual profession, much to the dissatisfaction of those who also spent time at the inn, as we can see in the conversation he has with the innkeep.
Yana, do you think the townspeople are warming to my serenades?
No, they ain't, and they aren't gonna. If you weren't paying for your room, I'd have thrown you out a long time ago.
Yes, but they'll come around eventually. You'll see.
Shouldn't be surprised if they come around, and if you're never seen or heard from again.
Apparently, the frustration finally overwhelmed one of those people, and the Black Sacrament was performed, marking the end of Lurbuk's life. The Black Sacrament is rather simple for one to perform. Many are also familiar with the consequences of the action, but few stop to think about how the message is really delivered. This question involves understanding not only the inner workings of the Brotherhood, but also the vague and unsettling force that drives it. The members of the Brotherhood worship two beings. The first, and the most obvious, being the Night Mother. Revered by all in the Brotherhood, the Night Mother is no ordinary woman. She exists as the mummified remains of a woman who lived some time long ago. Serving as the most important asset to the Brotherhood, the Night Mother is somehow intertwined with the process of the Black Sacrament, as when it is performed, the Night Mother appears to be the only one capable of conveying the deed to mortals. The way she chooses to do this is by selecting a member of the Dark Brotherhood, and somehow she psychically whispers to them the details of each contract. The chosen one is given the rank of Listener, the highest and most respected of members. The Listener is responsible for further extension of the knowledge given to them by the Night Mother, enabling the Brotherhood to fulfill the contracts. There is another being, however, also worshipped by this family of murderers. He is a deity known as Sithis. His involvement with the group is less than clear, as is his own existence. Sithis embodies the concepts such as silence, death, and nothingness. He is supposedly the master of the Void, a realm separate of Mundus, Aetherius, and the realms of Oblivion. Although it is evident he has at least some connection with the Night Mother, he is speculated to have become her husband after she bore 5 children who later died to his name. The relationship of these two beings is, however, a mystery of its own. Interestingly, the mechanism behind the Night Mother's connection to the Black Sacrament is not known. It remains unclear how she is somehow capable of knowing not only when the Black Sacrament is performed, but also the identity of the person who performed it, and their location. There are ideas, however, which help us to understand how this might be possible. After completing several quests for the Dark Brotherhood, we are eventually rewarded with the power to summon an ancient and most dangerous spirit. Long ago, there lived a man named Lucien Lachance. In life, Lucien served as a speaker for the Dark Brotherhood, one of the few who are responsible for distributing instructions provided by the listener. In death, however, he serves as an immortal spectral assassin, destined forever to serve Sithis and the Brotherhood. We are capable of summoning him at will, and he will often say certain phrases which give us more insight into the way death and the void are somehow joined together.
One day, you will serve our dread father, as I do now. Your enemies will soon know the wrath of Sithis.
These words seem to establish the idea that when people are killed, either by members of the Dark Brotherhood, or even in general, that their souls are sent to the void. If true, this would mean that Sithis, the void, and death are somehow interconnected by nature, possibly indicating that it is more likely that Sithis, being a godlike entity, is the one who truly hears the prayers of those who perform the Black Sacrament, and he then simply shares that knowledge with the Night Mother. Whether we can believe Lucien's ghost or not is undeterminable, but it is a possibility one cannot ignore. Perhaps these mysteries never will be solved. Perhaps the question of the Night Mother's true nature never will either. What we are left with are the things we can directly observe, things that make us continually question just how the world of the Elder Scrolls truly functions, and how the Black Sacrament fits into it. A tool used by both those evil and not. With the recent revival of the Dark Brotherhood's future, the ritual will likely remain an integral part of Tamrielic society for many years to come. If you enjoyed this video, remember to subscribe, like, and share. Thank you very much for watching. My name's Koo, and I'll see you in the next video.